It's week 1 of the high school football season here in Ohio, where the McComb Panthers have traveled to Monroeville to open up their season in 2025 against the Monroeville Eagles. And we'll bring you all the action live and free on your PC, smartphone, tablet, anywhere the internet can reach. You can watch this game right here live and free next on the OH Report.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
For over 12 years, you've trusted Scout Construction for quality building and remodeling. Now we're proud to offer expert excavation services to start your project off right. You've seen what we build, now see the way we dig. Experience the Scout Construction difference. Call or email us today for a free quote and let us break ground together.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Josh Banks welcomes you into Marsh Stadium into our Kellie Deeter pre-game show, joined alongside first-timer on the OH Report, Mr. Caden Schmid, for what should be a great contest here at Marsh between the visiting McComb Panthers and the Monroeville Eagles.
Josh, both teams coming off very good seasons last year. McComb going 8-4, Monroeville 10-2, 10-1 in the regular season. These are two good teams. Starting with McComb, they're led by legendary head coach Chris Algie. He's going into his 28th season, and this is royalty in the Blanchard Valley Conference. Algie, 249-77, good enough to be the winningest head coach in BVC.
Yeah, and you mentioned it, 249 wins. He's looking for that number 250 here tonight. And they've been a dominant powerhouse in not only the BVC, but in the state of Ohio for years. And they went 8-4 last year. That's kind of a down year for them. They're looking to bounce back. And I tell you what, they lost in the playoffs to a very talented Mohawk team. But I think that's a game that they kind of are like, man, that's probably not one that we should have lost. So they're going to look to bounce back here in Game 1 this year. And I tell you what, it was tough to find information on either one of these teams, but we kind of found some information. And I think the player we're going to spotlight tonight for McComb is their returning quarterback, Grady Schroeder. Hey, he had over 2,000 all-purpose yards last year and accounted for 20-plus touchdowns. And when you bring something like that back, the expectations are above and beyond.
And as you mentioned, Grady Schroeder, over 1,000 passing yards, over 1,000 rushing yards, a true dual threat quarterback in every sense of the word. Having that at the high school level, super impactful. I'm excited to see what Grady Schroeder can do on the field today. First game of the season, Josh.
Yeah, first game of the season, and I mean, I know you're a senior. You know the offense is something his coach praised him for in the preseason, was how well this young man knows the offense. But you're coming into hostile territory. You're coming into McComb where, hey, they went 10-2 last year, and they're looking to rebuild on that this year. And don't count them out. You know, a lot of people have them kind of ranked a little lower in the preseason stuff. But I just don't see that. I think that they're going to be one of those teams where they're going to be a very talented club. The big question for them is they're replacing Evan Benfer, an All-Ohioan, their quarterback, their best player. Who's going to step up for them? And give me 1 second here. We'll get these Monroeville information pulled up before we get into action as we are lining up for kickoff. McComb will receive here tonight. But about Monroeville, Tyler Nestor, the coach, they went 10-2 last year. They lost to JFK in the playoffs, too. It's JFK. They're always a powerhouse. And the big thing for them, you know, they bring back their entire offensive line, including our player spotlight, Bryson Dunlap, first-team All-Ohio wrestler, first-team All-Conference offensive lineman, and I want to say an All-Ohioan.
First-team All-State last year. Bryson Dunlap, I mean, a true force in the trenches, exactly what you're looking for if you're Tyler Nestor, the head coach of Monroeville. And he's going into his 5th season. And if you look over the last 3 years for Monroeville, 0-10 in 2022, huge jump to 8-4 in 2023, and then last year 10-2 with a share of the Firelands Conference title. As we are kicked off and underway here at the newly renovated Marsh Field, in the crease, there goes Carter Frater up the sideline. The scoring is going to get started here early for the McComb Panthers.
How about that? You question the offense, and they say, hey, we don't need offense. We'll return the kickoff for a touchdown on the opening play of the game.
Fireworks early, Josh. What a start for the McComb Panthers, and head coach Chris Algie loving it over there on the sideline. I mean, Carter Frater just found the hole and took off. No one on Monroeville able to catch him. And McComb will line up for the PAT.
We'll show that replay here in 1 second, folks, because that's something you're going to want to see again.
Luke Kern lining up to take the kick. Frater, who just returned it, will hold. Kick is up. Off the post. I think that still went through. It did. How a kick return and a doink early. The newly renovated Marsh Field. We're 12 seconds in. It's already 7-0. McComb has the lead. Monroeville getting ready to receive. Will try and do better than what they just saw McComb do. Carter Frater on that kickoff return. Back deep for the Eagles, Connor Boers and Chase Horn ready to receive this kick. What an exciting start.
I mean, could you ask for anything more?
I mean, if you're Monroeville, you could ask for a little bit less, but McComb happy with their start. We did say that PAT went through. It did not. It was actually no good. The referees signaled it was good at first, talked it over. It was no good. As the Panthers ready to kick off from the 40. Here goes the boot. Low kick. Up to the front man. And swooped up at the 30. Colton Cook got taken down. Great tackle from this Panthers special teams. And Colton Clark, Monroeville will take over at the 30.
And if you're McComb, that's exactly what you need to do in that situation. You ran the opening kickoff back, but now on the flip side of things, Monroeville, hey, guess what? They're on the field now, and their new quarterback is in the gun.
We got trips right with the tight end, one wide receiver on the left. Clark will keep it running to the right, finds a hole, gets ahead, lowers his shoulder, a 9-yard gain for Colton Clark. Be set up 2nd and 1 for the Eagles.
And look at this. He just lowered it. As a quarterback, I was talking to one of their coaches upstairs before the game, and he said this young man is faster, and even said he might be stronger than Benford, the guy they just lost, and he loves contact.
Could be scary out of the quarterback position, but if he's making plays like that, he's looking deep here down the field. That one's overthrown. Intended target Derek Ackerman, leading receiver last year for this Monroeville Eagles team. He caught 16 passes for 225 yards and 4 touchdowns last season.
Yeah, and he's one. I was talking with coaches upstairs. He said this is going to be a really balanced attack for Monroeville. All their running backs are back, and they've got 2 receivers that are back as well. It's can the quarterback Clark get them the ball?
Clark fakes the jet sweep, hands it off. Connor Boers, he breaks a tackle, still going up the far side of the field, gets tackled at the 48. Nice run from Connor Boers.
And we'll take a look at that on our OhioHealth replay. And, I mean, he just stayed shifty. And again, he's contact. They're going to run people over if you get them in the open field.
You got to love that. If you're Tyler Nestor, you want your boys to play physical. They're in a strong formation here. Clark hands it back off the Boers. He's swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Good job by the McComb defensive front.
And here's kind of the situation we're in right now if you're the Monroeville Eagles. We got 10:45 left to go here in quarter number 1. But to me, you just gave off an opening kickoff return touchdown. You have to put points on the board on your opening drive, or that could be diminishing to your entire night.
Yes, I mean, starting off that hot, if you're McComb, it definitely on the Monroeville sideline. Feel a little bitter about that, so you want this answer as they fake the screen over the middle. It's overthrown. Oh, nearly intercepted by number 2, Carter Frater.
And intended for Pomerich, but I tell you what, number 16 for McComb, that's Grady Schroeder. That's the quarterback. He lit him up on the outside as soon as he put a fingertip on that ball.
Yes, it was a tough catch anyway, and you lay the hit on the receiver like that, make it a near impossible catch. So you got 2 wide receivers on each side. Boers in the backfield with Clark. Clark keeps it, trying to get out left, going backwards. He's going to get swooped up behind the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. That'll set up 4th and 14 as the punt team comes on the field for Monroeville.
And we'll take a look at the replay here. Clark tried to get the edge, and that's just narrow. You can't ask for anything more if you're over there on the other sidelines. And, again, looking for that 250 win is their coach.
Yes. Carter Frater alongside Braden Heller back to receive this punt. The quarterback, Colton Clark, boots it deep. Lets it take a bounce. They'll actually let it roll. That'll be swooped up right inside the 15-yard line with 9:35 on the clock. McComb retakes over.
Now, while we got a second here, Caden, let's go ahead and talk about keys to victory for both teams. I kind of came up with these earlier. And for me, for McComb, hey, dominate the line of scrimmage and force a couple turnovers. Well, when you run a 80-yard kickoff return back, you don't really have to force turnovers. And then on the flip side of things, for Monroeville, hey, you got to pressure Schroeder. You got to make him make decisions, and then you got to trust your offense. You've got a new quarterback, but you've got a lot of guys back that know the system. Trust your offense, pressure the quarterback, and you got a chance to leave here tonight victorious. But that first drive, hopefully that's not indicating of what we're going to see here tonight.
No, definitely don't want that. Looks like quarterback keeper there was Schroeder. Picks up about a yard.
And you're going to get a heavy dose of Schroeder. Again, 2,000 yards all-purpose last year, 20 touchdowns. Mr. Do-It-All for McComb. But he's got the weapons to be able to sling it as well, as he threw for well over 1,000 yards last year.
And Schroeder has that kind of small, compact running back build at 5'9", 174. That low leverage, can use power to fight through defenders, as he has two backs in the backfield with him here. Hands it off. And Monroeville dominating the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of one, excuse me.
And that's big number 41, Cooper Cleary. Coach said that's the guy to look out for from his middle linebacker spot, and he just showed you why right there.
And Josh, you mentioned Monroeville needs to dominate the trenches. McComb needs to dominate the trenches. So far on the defensive side for both teams, that's who's been winning the trench battle. And these offensive lines got to do a better job of getting some push here on these run plays. Passing down here, 3rd and 10. Oh, and a jump.
Monroeville's going to jump. It'll be our first penalty of the night, and it'll be on big number 58, actually 58 and 55 both jump. That's going to be Dunlap and Schaefer, the two big defensive linemen for Monroeville.
Dunlap, a captain for this Monroeville team. As we mentioned, an all-Ohio wrestler.
And all-Ohio football player. That's pretty impressive here.
That's tough to beat. You want that good trench play, but they get him a little closer. 3rd and 5, looking out to the left. Pass completed right at the first down line.
He's going to
give him the spot. Yes. It was Grayson Romero.
Romero almost comes away with a pick earlier. Has the huge reception there. And here's the thing. When you simplify the offense and you throw the quick outs or the quick slants, it takes a lot of pressure off of your quarterback.
Yes. And those quick outs can be a tough throw. It also can be one of the easier throws on the field if you get your quarterback out and moving in that direction. But if you try and go far side, that could be a really long, tough throw. But the first down is completed for McComb. Strong look in the backfield. Schroeder fakes it, fires, intercepted.
Picked. He's
14.
got room up the right side.
Oh, Ethan Pomerich, the senior, had 5 interceptions last year. He already gets his first early this season.
Jerseys in that position to only 2 white jerseys. He threw that into quadruple coverage, and at the high school football level, 9 out of 10 times, that's going to be an interception.
And Josh, last year, this Monroeville defense was really the story of the team. They played 5 straight games, not allowing a single score from their opponents. They also put up 268 points in those 5 games. So their defense getting them a turnover here. They take over in the red zone. There's a carry up the right side. Inside the 5, getting pushed backwards.
Cooper Cleary gets his first carry.
Right at that 5-yard line. Steady dose of rushing for this Monroeville offense early. And if you could get 5 yards per carry, You can drive down the field however you want.
And you've got a guy, again, we know back there, Clark, that can throw the ball. So establish your ground game, and she's going to keep this one.
Keeps it, trying to fight through defenders. Swooped up, great tackle by number 4, Grayson Romero. Slow that down. Sets up 3rd and 3 for the Eagles. Inside 10-yard line.
And a big down here for Monroeville. Again, you're still scoreless, 6:45 left and counting. But here's the thing, the offense that we've seen here on this drive, yep, I was going to say,
Clark
I fully
keeps it
expect
again.
to be a keeper.
They're going
And
to give
it
him that
looks like
spot,
he'll
yes.
have the first down. So it'll be a 1st and goal, First Federal Community Bank first down. and that's a big 1st and goal here for Monroeville. Look, you're not trying to punch it in as fast as you can. Eat some clock, tie this game up, maybe take the lead with an extra point, and let your defense do what they're known for doing.
Yes, and we'll see if Monroeville stays with the quarterback keeper offense. Colton Clark has Cooper Cleary in the backfield with him. That's who he goes to, and he fights into the end zone. Monroeville answers.
Cooper Cleary's going to walk his way into the end zone to answer with a touchdown of his own. And I tell you what, you can't have better blocking. We talk about the fact that they brought back all their offensive linemen, and look at this hole that they opened up right here for Cleary. Left guard.
Look at this formation. They got everyone lined up to the left except the kicker and the place kicker, the holder. As everyone runs in, they'll line up the field goal. New special teams unit for Monroeville. They lost All-Ohio kicker Landon Stein. He's getting ready to take this PAT.
And I tell you what, you don't see it happen very often, but they're going to jump off sides on a PAT.
The offense is going to come on the field for Monroeville, so it looks like they're going to go for 2 with the offsides on the PAT. Here comes the offense. Colton Clark gets the call from head coach Tyler Nestor. A chance to take a lead here for Monroeville and a chance to hold on to the lead if you're McComb. 2-point conversion early. A lot of 3 players in the backfield. Clark fumbles it. McComb will recover, and they'll keep the lead here at 7-6 at the 6:30 mark here in this first quarter.
Is it 7-6? Did they count that PAT
yes, so they took it off the board and they put it back on the board. So it is 7-6. McComb leads. McComb ready to receive the kickoff. Carter Frater back there again alongside Braden Heller. We'll see if Monroeville tries to kick it away from Carter Frater.
Kick it to Frater.
I would not. I would not at all. So number 61 is Isaac Kruger for Monroeville. He normally wears number 38 with the special teams unit. When he's kicking, he'll have that 61 jersey on. Kruger boots it deep, actually comes up to a front man. He'll just go down right there at the 30-yard line, maybe the 31 actually. McComb will take over.
And kind of exactly what we expect offensively for Monroeville. You know, they were really balanced there. I think when they took over that possession after the interception, every play was a run play.
Yes.
Now, if you're McComb, how much faith do you still have in Schroeder? You know, first drive, he throws into quadruple coverage. Do we see them lean heavily on the run this drive, or do they trust him to air it out some more?
I think you trust your senior quarterback that's a returning starter. You can't let him lose confidence or you're going to lose the game. You need your quarterback to be confident. Grady Schroeder is a great player, so I'd say keep the ball in his hands, whether it's a run or a pass. We'll see what they do here. One receiver in the back, running back in the backfield. There is a keeper for Schroeder. Takes a block, takes a hit right at the 40-yard line. Will they give him that first, or is he just short? Give the chance.
Number 16, Grady Schroeder on the quarterback keeper.
He ran for over 1,000 yards last year too. I mean, you don't have to come out and sling it if you're McComb.
No.
Trust your process, trust your offense, trust what's gotten Coach 249 wins thus far in his career.
Schroeder in the backfield alongside running back Braden Heller, receiver on each side. It'll be a keeper again. Almost bobbled the snap, was able to stay with it though, pick up about 2 yards.
And it's going to be interesting to see. They want to run that quarterback power. But we talked about it in the pregame, and we'll continue to talk about it. McComb brings back their entire offensive and defensive line. That power you want to run is going to be hard to run against this stout front. You're going to have to get Schroeder on the edges to give him a chance.
So in this Monroeville D-line, 3 of the 4 starters on the defensive line also start on the offensive line. So they play the whole game in the trenches. They know how to get physical. It's another keeper for Schroeder, and just swooped up right near the line of scrimmage. Once again, will set up 3rd and 8.
And that's that guy, Vincent Schaefer, the junior tackle and defensive end, comes up to make that play. This is where things get interesting. 3rd and long last time, McComb throws an interception. Now you're 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. What are you going to do?
Well, and it was 3rd and long, and then they got that penalty to make it 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, and then the pick happened. So they're actually a little bit further here. We'll see if they go to a pass here, maybe a rollout, try and get Schroeder some space. Whistle blows.
We're going to have a McComb timeout. So while we have a timeout, Caden, we can kind of talk about what we've seen so far, and it's been kind of a interesting first quarter, I guess we could say. You know, you've got McComb who come out, big play right off the rip, an opening kickoff return for a touchdown. Monroeville is forced to punt. McComb throws an interception. They punch it in to go down 7-6. But I don't think we've really seen what either one of us, I think, expected, which is, you know, with the guys that have come back for both these teams, I was kind of expecting some bigger plays, kind of an open offense.
Yes, it's been a lot of, power runs, whether that's with the quarterback or with the running back. It's a lot of up the middle, go try and find the hole and run through a guy, which can work, but got to find a way to get your playmakers in space, open up the field for them, try and get to that second level where they can make guys miss. And on a 3rd and long here, 3rd and 7, you are in that spot where you can go for it, right at midfield. So you could run the ball here, try and make it a 4th and 3, 4th and 2, and set up an easier 4th down conversion. We'll see what McComb draws up.
I almost think that's what you want to do. If you have any intention on going for it on 4th down, you run the ball here and try to get more manageable for that 4th down.
See what they do. They've stayed in the same formation. Schroeder looking to the left, firing down the field on the money, in and out of the hands of Carter Frater. Great pass defense from number 14, Ethan Pomerange.
Haul it in. I mean, you can't. Carter Frater, who had the big opening kickoff return, that ball was put in the breadbasket.
Yes, it was, but it's just a great play by Ethan Pomerange, getting in there with that hand, punching it out.
And it looks like McComb's going to punt.
Yes, they will. 4th and 7 from here, a dangerous spot to go for it, especially this early in the game with a 7-6 lead already. Don't want to give Monroeville that field position. Again, it's a low punt. Clark back there to return it. He picks it up on the bounce, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Not something that you're going to see very often is your quarterback back there as your punt returner.
Right.
That's a scary sight if you're the Eagles, because I tell you what, he takes one wrong hit, and he's going to get
So, field positioned at their own 34, Monroeville. Colton Clark ready to lead this offense. Connor Boers beside him in the backfield. They got 3 receivers and a tight end. Sending a man in motion. Chase Horn. Oh, body to fumble. It's like Clark was able to keep it up. Tried to get fancy there and end up losing. 8 yards.
And that's Carter Wright, a sophomore defensive end that blew this play up.
Didn't even let the receiver come in and scoop up that handoff. Got to the backfield so quick. That is a great play, and that can end a drive. A 2nd and 20, those are hard to come back from. Let's see what Monroeville draws up here. Clark. It's a keeper. Good block on the outside. Tries to get upfield. Is only able to pick up about a yard.
Yeah, so now you're going to be 3rd and about 19 if you're Monroeville. If you're going to make any attempt at the first down here, you have to take a shot downfield, which we've only seen them do once. It was an incomplete pass looking for Ackerman deep on the first drive. But I'm curious to see what they draw up, because I'll tell you right now, on 2nd and 20, I wasn't expecting a quarterback jet.
No, I think you do have to bomb it deep here, try and get these yards back. He is looking downfield. He's hit as he's thrown, and they'll rule it an incompletion. Had the arm motion going forward. Oh, Monroeville survives a scary one there.
As that's number 45. Jackson Durain that comes in and makes the play, and you're just doing everything right if you're McComb right.
And they should start with good field position here. A punt deep in Monroeville's own territory. Clark sends it. Oh, right through the legs of Carter Frater. He is able to pick it up, and they'll take over right at the 48-yard line.
Right through the wickets.
No return on.
High school football is they'll come up to call for that fair catch. They call for it late. So then by the time they wave that hand, the ball's already almost in their lap. So they're trying to catch that off the ground, essentially.
Yes, went right through, really right through his hands, right through the legs. You know, a nutmeg is something you see more in soccer or football, if you will, and here in American football. A little nutmeg in the first quarter. Just under 3 minutes. McComb has it on their own 48 here in Monroeville territory. Schroeder in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the right. It's a quick screen. Romero has it. Takes some blocks, gets ahead. Takes some blocks because of holding on the McComb receiver. I think that'll go against Cameron Smith.
Yeah, we'll pull it up here on the OhioHealth. It's a great throw. Yeah,
Brady Schrader's pass complete to number 4.
So it'll be another first down here for McComb.
Well, and Josh, we just saw this with Monroeville, but on 2nd down, these 1st and 20s, you're moving back a long way, like 1st and 19 here. It's hard to get 20 yards in 3 plays or 4 plays to get a new set of downs.
Especially with the style of offense that both of these teams want to run.
Yes.
They want to run the quarterback powers. They want to run the read options with a receiver in motion. It's very difficult to make those plays on this long of a down.
Schroeder will keep it, but the Monroeville defensive front swallows them up right at the line of scrimmage once again.
Number 47, Thomas Platt, flies in and makes the play, and that's something we've seen here in the first quarter from Monroeville. You know, you see them down on the scoreboard, Caden, but it's not because McComb's moved the ball offensively. They have almost yet to cross midfield.
Well, they haven't actually. If outside of the kick return, you know, on offense, they have not made it across midfield yet. That interception in their own territory that set up Monroeville, and then a punt on the last series. So Heller goes out in motion here. Schroeder will go to the left. That one's right off the chest of Carter Frater. Tried a body catch there, and it just got too deep in on him.
And it's almost picked off on the deflection off of Frater. It's now third down. That's almost intercepted.
Brady Schrader's pass.
Yes, McComb really getting away with that there. I mean, if Monroeville was playing up a yard or two closer, that easily could have been a pick six with that forward momentum running in that direction already. 3rd and 19. See what McComb has here. Schroeder has 3 trips to the right, 1 wide receiver on the left with Braden Heller in the backfield alongside him. He'll drop back to pass. He's looking to the right there in the middle, and that one's dropped as well by Cameron Smith.
Again, it's a good ball from Schroeder. Just unable to. The punt team's going to come out again, Caden. We got a defensive battle on our hands here this evening.
And if you looked at Monroeville last year, you could expect this defense to show up under head coach Tyler Nestor, and that's exactly what they've done so far. Special teams maybe needs a little bit work with that opening kickoff, but here comes Monroeville on the punt return. That's Connor Boers as he's swallowed up. He'll give him forward progress at the 40. A little extra after the whistle there. No flags thrown. Monroeville 60 yards to go here with 1:42 left in the first quarter.
Monroeville, you know, we're in a situation where, hey, we're seeing a lot of runs, but that worked for them last time. But again, we talk about offensively, neither team has crossed the 50 because the time Monroeville scored, they got an interception in their own territory.
And they started that drive at like the 15-yard line, so they just amazing field position as Clark hands it off to Cleary here. He tries to get ahead. He'll pick up about 3. Nice run from Cooper Cleary.
Cooper Cleary had the rushing touchdown earlier in the quarter, but it's one of those things where, you know, yes, we have a defensive game. Absolutely we do. However, which offense is going to be able to turn it around and establish a very long drive to give themselves the lead, or if your McComb's case, extend your lead?
And Josh, with how many players play both sides at the high school level, if you have one of those long drives, you wear down the other team. They might be tired when they come back on offense. That's a huge advantage as Clark looking to the left, pump fakes, looking downfield a little more, double coverage, that's intercepted. That's number 9, Luke Kern. He's bringing it up the left side, looking for space. Cleary will drag him down at the 25-yard line. Both teams have an interception early, Josh.
And both teams have interception. The defense makes a play. Now their offense is inside of the 30-yard line. They've only got to put together 27 yards before they hit pay dirt.
Yes, and that play was made by sophomore Luke Kern, a truly athletic beast for this McComb team. You see him in a multitude of roles on offense and defense throughout this year, and only a sophomore, has 3 more seasons to play with this one. That's got to make head coach Chris Algie happy on the sidelines. As McComb takes over deep in Monroeville territory, strong formation. Handoff. Goes to Drown. He gets ahead about 4 yards, setting up a 2nd and 6. Josh, I'll tell you what, McComb has coming out in those strong formations a lot. 3 backs in the backfield. They just want to run it right down Monroeville's throat. Similar formation here as well. Schroeder tries a hard count. Monroeville not fooled. They go back to the same play. Drown again. He's swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 5 Monroeville defenders there for the tackle.
Some score updates across the OH report while we got a second here. Clear Fork and Perkins tied at 0 with about 6.5 left in quarter number 2. Danville up 8-0. Centerburg up 14-0. And East Knox trailing 10-8.
Schroeder will do one more play before the half. Handoff up the middle to Romero. He'll pick up the first down. McComb will take over in the second quarter at the 15-yard line.
That'll do it for one. McComb 7, Monroeville 6. Don't go anywhere. Come back for second quarter action right here live and free after this commercial break.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Back at Marsh Field, McComb, quick snap, they go to Romero up the middle. He's bottled up after about a yard. I'm Caden Schmid, Josh Banks alongside me here on the OH Report. It's a 7-6 McComb lead, and Josh, they have it in a good spot here.
They're in a great spot here. We was just talking about how they haven't really been able to move the ball. Neither team has. Both times that they punched it in, it's been on a big play, and then Monroeville punches it in on turnover. McComb looking to do the same, but it looks like he's going to be stopped short of the first down.
About a yard short,
and
maybe two.
It's going to be fourth down?
This will be third here.
Third down and about 3, it looks like. This is a huge third down if you're McComb. If Monroeville can get a stop here and prevent McComb from punching it in, that'll be a huge momentum swing right before half.
Even a field goal here makes it where Monroeville needs a touchdown, as it's a handoff.
And he's going to be stuffed. He did not get the first down.
Only picked up about a yard. That was Braden Heller for McComb. And so right now it looks like the offense will stay on the field for the Panthers.
Colton Koch makes the stop. And, I mean, it's exactly what we just talked about. Now you're fourth and, about 3? It doesn't look like they gave him anything, maybe 2. And this is a huge fourth down for both teams.
Yes, scoreboard says 4th and 1. This is a long one if that's 1 yard. They're back in that tailbone formation as we got a timeout for McComb. And that's why Chris Algie has 249 wins. That's a smart timeout to take. It actually is 4th and 3, so the scoreboard was wrong there. 4th and 3 for McComb.
And here's the question that I'll pose to you, Caden. I mean, I know we're high school football first game of the year, but is the smart play here to try to get the 3 points?
That was my idea. Because as I just mentioned, that makes it a 4-point game. A field goal does not give Monroeville the lead after that. Obviously, still very early in this game, only 10 minutes left in this second quarter. So we still got whole second quarter basically and a whole 24 minutes in the second half to play. This is just one of those spots where if you are able to get this touchdown in, gives you a huge advantage. If you're not, Monroeville will have to go about 95 yards to get a touchdown. So even if you don't get it, you're not in the worst spot. I'm not mad at the call to go for it here on 4th down from McComb. So they stay. Oh, they actually go from the shotgun here. Heller alongside Schroeder. It'll be a keeper.
Yep,
Schroeder finds the hole, fights forward. He has the first down and is about a yard away from the end zone. So that's first down.
That's kind of what I expected.
Grady Schrader on the keeper for the Panthers.
You've got an athlete like Schroeder in your backfield. Take advantage of it, and they did right there.
Steady diet of runs so far for both teams. Expect that to stay the same here at just outside the 2-yard line. They're back in that flex bone formation. It's a keeper. Schroeder tries to go right up the middle, and they'll give him the touchdown. Grady Schroeder, his first rushing touchdown of the season, extends the McComb Panthers lead.
And that's exactly what you need if you're a McComb. You put it on the back of your veteran returning quarterback. They got you over 20 touchdowns last year. You come out in the power formation, and you just let him punch it in. As they'll come on to attempt the PAT as you're taking a look at Schroeder's touchdown here.
He lines up the kick, and that's wide right. No good. Keeps the score 6-13, so Josh, still only a 7-point game for Monroeville to climb back from against McComb here. It's been exciting so far.
It's been a smash-mouth
Yes.
slugfest football game. And what's going to be interesting to watch and what's going to be interesting to see for, you know, the last 10 minutes here in quarter number 2 and the 24 minutes in the second half is, can both of these teams continue to play that smash-mouth football? Neither team has the biggest numbers. I mean, you look, both teams maybe got 40 kids out there. I haven't counted personally yet, but I'd say probably about 35, 40 kids on both sidelines.
Yes. Yes.
So most of those kids are, you know, playing both ways.
Yes. I saw something since 2020, since Tyler Nestor has taken over, Monroeville's team has grown each following season.
Tremendously.
I think they're up to 45 to 48 players this season.
And they outnumber McComb if you look on the sidelines.
Yes, no, easily. There's a lot of Monroeville players on this sideline as McComb will get ready, line up this kickoff. Luke Kern will be the kicker. Back deep for Monroeville, number 6, Chase Horn, and 23, Connor Boers, ready to receive. Something we've seen, though, Josh, from both teams already, after that opening kick return, they're kicking to the front men, try and just completely prevent special teams, make it a offensive, defensive game. We'll see if that strategy stays the same here for McComb. Beautiful day, 75 degrees. So there's the kick. It's a low one. Dribbler, that one's actually going to go out of bounds.
That is a rough penalty if you're McComb.
Not what you want at all. That sets up Monroeville. A good spot with the kick out of bounds. Right at the 35?
Yeah.
Or is it the 30?
It is the 35-yard line that they'll spot it. You can't ask for better starting field position if you're Monroeville, especially 10 minutes to go, down 7. With the offense that they run, Caden, I thoroughly expect them to try to chew 5, maybe 6 minutes off of this clock before they punch in for the tying touchdown.
Just got to get some first downs in order to do that, though. Here's the handoff. Boers has some space, goes right up the middle, breaks a tackle, fights ahead for 15. Nice carry from Connor Boers.
And that's the first big play of the evening for Monroeville. And you know, that's the good thing between dual threat quarterback. If they read that play correctly, it's going to get you 10-plus yards every time almost.
Yes, and just like that, Monroeville just inside McComb's territory. Boers, alongside. He'll get the carry again. Only will pick up about 1.5 yards that time, 2 yards. At the 9:30 mark here in this second quarter. late August. The sun stays up. Sun stays out a little bit longer, but you can tell it's starting to set a little bit. The field is almost completely covered in shadow.
Beautiful complex here at Monroeville.
Yes, it is.
The renovations that they've done are tremendous here.
Clark gives it to Boers again. Breaks the tackle in the backfield, fights through a small hole, stays on his feet. He's at the 30, makes another man miss and falls down just at the 21. Connor Boers taking over this drive.
And I tell you what, you're going to see it here on the OhioHealth replay. Connor Boers ran into his own guy, and that's how he ends up getting tackled. And runs into number 6, Chase Horn.
Chase Horn was trying to get out in front and get that lead block, but Boers had the same idea to try and cut back as well. But they'll take that run nonetheless at the 21. Same formation. Let's see if they go back to it. They do. Oh, and just trucking through a guy at the line of scrimmage. Boers falls forward. He picks up 9.
Connor Boers is running like a freight train in the open track right now. He is running people over. He is not worried about anything.
It looks like McComb just took their final timeout of the half, I think.
And
yes,
maybe not a bad idea if you're over there by Coach Chris Alge. You know, your defense is kind of starting to allow big plays. You've limited the big play through the first 20 minutes of this game. Now you blood off 3 runs for about 35 yards.
Yes. And they started this drive at the 30. They're already down to the 18 now. What, 4 plays later?
Yeah, 4 plays later. No penalties. They've
all
Connor
run
Boers,
plays.
Connor
Yes.
Boers has been the man here to start this drive. But if you're Monroeville, that's exactly what you needed. You needed somebody to step up, and you needed somebody to get you those yards. Again, you have the offensive line to be able to do exactly what they're doing. Those guys, again, the numbers. It's going to wear you down eventually if you're McComb, and it's starting to show right now.
And Connor Boers, a good back. I mean, last year had 446 yards and 5 touchdowns on only 56 carries,
Exactly.
Josh. 7.9 yards per carry average. That's a great number. I mean, you just think about it. It's 10 yards for a first down. He's basically getting 2 first downs every 3 plays. As
He's in the backfield again.
Yes, he is. And they're in that same formation. They'll go. No, they won't. He'll keep it. This is Clark on the right side.
And he'll make his way in. And that's exactly what I was talking to you about, Caden. You run that read option type play. You've handed it to Boers 4 consecutive plays. They stay in the same formation. They come across. They attack Boers at the line of scrimmage. You'll see it right here. Everybody collapsed to Boers. And that just leaves the right side of the field.
And a great block on the outside by Derek Ackerman as well to keep that hole open for Colton Clark. And as you mentioned, that's just chef's kiss from the sideline of Monroeville. You run that read option. Finally, the quarterback keeps it and punches it in. Monroeville looking to tie here on the PAT. It's up and through off of the school bus in the back. Kruger ties up this game at 13.
Monroeville answers. Can McComb punch back? We'll find out right after this.
We're back at the newly renovated Marsh Field. I'm Caden Schmid. Alongside me is Josh Banks. A 13-13 tie, a kick return touchdown started our scoring off from McComb. That was Carter Frater, and then a beautiful interception from Ethan Pomerich set up Monroeville deep in McComb's territory. They answer back with a touchdown. McComb goes right back down the field, answers with their own touchdown, and Monroeville now responds once again to get us a tie game here. 8 minutes in the second quarter. We'll see if they keep trying to avoid Frater on the kickoff. Braden Heller's back there with him.
You kind of have to after the opening kickoff. I expect it to be another short kick. We'll see here. Yep.
Oh, and like
as that one's got a chance. Oh, he catches that. That is, I tell you what, Caden, that's a dangerous catch right there.
Well, I mean, if Monroeville picks that up, that's way past 10 yards. They'll get possession. I wonder if that was a designed attempt at an onside kick, because if it was, I mean, it was in a beautiful spot. It was just great job from McComb there to swoop that up and prevent it from happening.
Kicked that perfectly. Hey, you return the opening kick on us, you ain't going to do it again, and I'm going to kick it just right to give my guys a chance to go get it. Now, if you're McComb, Monroeville just drove down the field the longest drive of the night, 65 yards to punch it in.
If you're McComb, you want push on the offensive line. There it is. Schroeder up the right side, stays in bounds, picks up about 13.
Takes a big hit on the outside by number 5, Reed Wasserman. But that's a big play for McComb now. You get 10, 12 yards on your first play, but it's coming at the hands of Schroeder taking a lot of hits tonight.
Yes, and it seems like that's really the only way so far McComb's rushing game has worked on the Schroeder keepers. They got to find a way to get their running back some space. Right now it's Braden Heller in the backfield. We'll see what the call is. Schroeder will keep it once again, and this defense bottles him up at the line of scrimmage. He goes nowhere.
And that's a great job by number 55 on the defensive line, Alex Schaefer. The big thing with these runs that McComb is doing is as long as your defensive tackle stays in his gap, you can prevent that hole from opening up. The second he gets too deep into the backfield, that's what opens up that hole for Schroeder to have running room.
And, I mean, they have 4 guys on the line. They have 4 other guys in the box as one guy actually comes out wide here. So just 3 linebackers in the box. But as you mentioned, if your D tackles are plugging those holes, those linebackers can fill in. It's that one just out of the reach of Carter Frater. He's had a couple targets now, Josh, but there's only noise has come on that kickoff return.
They're running a weak side blitz from the backside. Schroeder doesn't have the time to set his feet, and that's a good ball for Schroeder from the position, but he's not getting the time to be able to make all of his reads and find that go-to receiver. But again, I don't know that he's completed a pass yet. A quick out route, I think, to get him the first down in the first quarter.
As here's a keeper for Schroeder. He'll pick up about 4 before he gets hit. And that'll set up a 4th down. But, Josh, we mentioned this earlier. They are in a spot where if they wanted to, they could go for it. But this is still, I mean, this is about 4th and 6, 4th and 7. It looks like the punt team is coming on.
And I was going to say, that's a tough call for McComb over there. You know, your offense has struggled to move the ball. You've had a couple big plays with the interception and the kick return. And Monroeville has now shown you, hey, guess what? Guess what we can do? We can run it down your throat, as they do it for 65 yards on the last drive.
Frater boots it deep. Try and pin Monroeville here. That one takes a bounce just a little bit too far into the end zone. So Monroeville will take over at the 20.
Do we expect to see another heavy dose of Moores?
I'd go right back to it. The same call. I mean, they stayed in that same formation all the way up the field. Mostly it was, as you mentioned, behind Cleary. And then that last play, Clark kept it. I go right back to it. McComb has to show me they can stop it if I'm Monroeville in this situation.
And here's the other thing, too. Again, we talk about it. You've got the athletes on the outside. Eventually, guess what's going to happen? They're going to go 8, 9 guys in the box, and, hey, guess what? I can take a shot at that point.
And they do go right back to the run. This time it's Boers.
Boers again, and he gets another 5, 6 yards on the carry. I want to say he's had 5+ yards on every carry he's had tonight.
And, Josh, how impactful is it to have a running offense like this and 2 backs in Connor Boers and Cooper Cleary that have been able to really find space at will, especially in here in this second quarter?
It's going to be interesting to see kind of how this all plays out for the rest of this contest. What does McComb, what adjustments do they make at the half? Is they're going to put 4 guys on the line. They're going to bring up 2 linebackers on the edge.
Oh, Clark ran into Boers there on the keeper, trying to get
Didn't
out to the
matter,
left. Oh, just stumbling. Only picks up about 2 yards, but that does set up a 3rd and short, about 3rd and 2 here, Josh.
But I tell you what,
Yes.
Caden gets a couple out of it. And now, you know, you're 3rd and
3rd and 3, yes.
So
I think it's a short 3, though. I'd say more 3rd and 2.5 here.
And I think that's been the difference here these last couple of drives is McComb hasn't got to this 3rd and manageable. They've been 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9.
They go to Cleary here. He goes right up the gut. He'll get the first down, about 2 yards more. So another good rush from this Monroeville offense.
If it's not broke, you don't fix it. And that's exactly what Monroeville is doing. They have found something that's working, and it's an inside zone to Connor Boers and Cooper Cleary. And until McComb stops it, you keep doing it. But like I said, if you're McComb, once you do bring those extra guys in the box, guess what? They're going to take a shot downfield.
Yes, they have 2 returning senior receivers in Derek Ackerman and Ethan Pomerich. But, I mean, right now you stick with the run. If you're Monroeville, it's Cleary in the backfield again alongside Clark. Man in motion. They drop back for a pass. Sidearm. Oh, it went right to Romero, but was not able to hold on for the interception.
And that's a great job there by Romero to stay home. They try to run a little, almost quick little screen route. Number 7, Colton Koch, he's a slot back, wing back type position. And you bring him in motion. You've been doing that the last 2 drives. You've been running that inside zone. You send him out. But that could have easily been a pick 6.
Easily could have been a pick 6. Monroeville gets away with it. As that sets up 2nd and 10, though, for the Eagles. Clark gives it to Cleary. And just bottled up behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe getting back to it, but nonetheless, it's another 3rd and long situation here. McComb's defense doing great here on this drive, Josh.
McComb's defense is, you know, they're stopping exactly what Monroeville was able to successfully do on the last drive, but I think the difference is we're seeing a lot more Cooper Cleary and a lot less Connor Boers. That last drive was 65 yards of Connor Boers.
Yes, and he is back into the game now, but in a 3rd and 10 spot, if you don't get this, it's punt territory. It's time to spread out the offense,
he had
throw
3
it.
runs on the last drive. They got 10 plus. So do you give it to him here? I don't know what you do.
7, 8 players in the box. Oh, they set up a trick play there. They were trying to go to Chase Horn on like a jet sweep action. He might have been actually throwing that there because Colton Clark was running out.
Clark kind of loop out. Was that going to be some sort of reverse
The Philly
pass?
special type play,
man.
but
That
Monroeville
could have been
takes the
interesting.
timeout.
That could have been interesting because you've seen the same thing I've seen. I've seen the motion, and then I seen the receiver come out, and I seen Clark, instead of staying home to block, he was full sprint mode up that sideline.
Oh, yeah, he was – it did not look like many McComb defenders were over there either. That could have worked, but Monroeville calls the timeout first. And, well, now you showed your hand. Do you go back? I mean, do you go back to that? How do you play that here? Yeah, it has to be a different play call.
What's interesting to me is, well, one, McComb had no timeouts left to call a timeout there. That's a very tough timeout taken by Monroeville because, like you just said, you can't go back to that.
Well, and you also maybe you got to wonder. Maybe coach saw 12 guys on the field for the offense. Maybe someone was a legal shift, tried to get that timeout before a penalty to make it 3rd and 15 or even longer. But it's Clark in the backfield. He'll drop back to pass. He's looking left downfield, cross the sticks over the head of it's number 18, Derek Ackerman. I'll set up 4th and 10. Here comes the punt team for the Eagles.
And you know, we've seen it all night for the first 15 minutes of this contest or 25 minutes of this contest, whatever it may be. Neither team has been able to successfully throw the football. We're putting 9 guys in the box. We're letting our guys man up on the outside and saying, beat me through the air. And when you do that, then I'll back off.
And it's been a lot of like fade routes on those 3rd and longs. That's a tough throw and an even tougher catch as that one skied. Braden Heller has it right here on the near side, goes out of bounds. I think at the 46-yard line. See where they give him the
some
spot.
laundry on the field.
Oh.
We'll see if we can see it on our OhioHealth replay.
Number 4.
Block in the back. Oh, they'll call it a hold. I seen a block in the back. It probably could have been either or. But if you're Monroe or if you're McComb, you had a chance to start in plus territory.
Right there at that 46.
And now you're going to be the 40, maybe 35-yard line on your own side of the field.
See what the call is. So the referees are still discussing. Holding, so they'll go 10 yards back. 45, no, though. We'll start at the 35 instead on that holding call.
That's a big penalty. Because again, we've said it since this game started. McComb has not really moved the ball offensively, and now you're asking them to get 10 more extra yards that they really have struggled to get here tonight. I expect a quarterback keep. It's kind of been their MO out of this. This is 0 backs.
No backs in the backfield. 3 out wide to the left, 1 receiver out wide to the right. It's a rollout to that right side. He's looking downfield. He has a step, and it's caught. Cameron Smith down at the 30-yard line. That's a huge game for McComb.
And how about the stop and go? That's what they just ran this week. You get a rollout, you run a little beat route, thrown, or that's a touchdown.
I mean, he had that about 30, 40 yards in the air from the middle of the field all the way down to that right sideline. What a throw from Grady Schroeder. And, Josh, we've been asking for some passing game. How about that start for McComb?
That's a big play for them, again, when they've been struggling offensively to make that play right there.
Go to the screen to Romero. Good blocks on the outside. And he'll pick up about 6 down at the 24-yard line. 3:20 left here in this first half. McComb driving, and you want points here if you're McComb because Monroeville does receive that second half kickoff. And so if you could, run down this 3 minutes, get a score right before the half, puts you in a great spot.
Yeah, they're kind of going to more of a pass-heavy offense here.
Schroeder keeps it again right up the middle, picks up about another 5 yards. Looks like they're giving him the first.
They will. Another federal first down.
Impressive first half for Grady Schroeder. The senior captain in the backfield alongside running back Braden Heller. He'll keep it once more, cuts back right up the middle and picks up another 5, Josh.
And I think it's exactly what you and I kind of expected from the get-go. A heavy dose of Schroeder. He threw a 35-yard bomb. He got his offense in position, and now he's going to take over the workload and try to punch this into the end zone.
Just over 2 minutes, 2:15 left in the second quarter. Heller in the backfield again alongside Schroeder. Roll out to the right, looking to pass, bottled in the backfield. Number 35, Maverick Myers all over it for the sack.
The first sack of the evening for this Monroeville defense comes at a crucial time. Now you're into 3rd and long again if you're McComb.
And Josh, Caden Hedges-Sawinski, the lineman for McComb, just completely beside himself right now. We saw him smacking his helmet there. Teammates there to pick him up, but got to stay out of your head here on a 3rd and 15 now. With just under 90 seconds left in this first half. Screen out to the right. That's Cameron Smith as he gets tackled down at the 20-yard line. So good spot for a field goal here.
Does the
for the
kicker
Panthers
have this kind of leg? That's what we don't know. We haven't seen it attempted yet. It looks like they're going to line up for a field goal. And we're going to get a Monroeville timeout.
And I like that timeout, Josh. Gives you a chance to get back out on offense if you're the Eagles. And as we've been mentioning, Monroeville gets that ball in the second half. I mean, hypothetically, a missed field goal here. Even if they do make it, you still have about a minute to go down the field, try and get a field goal back or even a touchdown. So we'll see what is the call here. Only one timeout left for Monroeville now, but McComb used all 3 of their timeouts early in this first half. They were out of timeouts at the 8-minute mark here in the second quarter. Tyler Nestor talks it over with his team. McComb will line up for a deep field goal here. Place kicker at the 34. Add the 10 yards. This will be a 44-yard field goal for Luke Kern. A sophomore lines it up, boots it in the air, and not enough on it. Also wide to the right, so off the mark for McComb. Game will stay tied here. Just over a minute left. Minute and 3 seconds. Monroeville takes over at about the 34-yard line. No, it'll be the 24-yard line, excuse me. So 75 yards to go, Josh. A minute left, 1 timeout. Monroeville does have a chance to get points here and then receive that second half kickoff.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Caden. If you're Monroeville, I run this clock out, and I just take the ball at the half. Don't try to force anything. Don't throw a pick.
Yes, yeah, that is also something that can happen as well, as Clark will keep it. It's hit in the backfield, swallowed down right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit behind it. So we are under 60 seconds left in this first half. Monroeville's in no hurry right now.
Some score updates of our other OH Report games. How about the Clear Fork Colts leading Sandusky Perkins 7-0 at the half? East knocks up 12-10, and Centerburg a 20-0 advantage over Utica.
So screen out to the left is dropped.
Now here's the thing. We talked about them trying to go and score. Now you just threw a pass. There's 43 seconds left, and it's 3rd down.
I'm running the ball here. I'm getting this clock down as much as possible. And maybe punting it as time expires here in this first half.
I want to say it's a 40-second play clock. You run the football. If you run 3 or 4 seconds off the clock, then that means you just run the half out. As I expect, yep.
Boers takes it right up the middle, gets tackled. It is a 40-second play clock, so game clock is under the play clock, and I imagine Monroeville won't even punt it here on 4th down. They'll just let the clock run out here in this first half.
I don't expect them to run a play here. I expect them to come out here. I expect them to let this clock run out. You played a very good first half defensively, and your offense finally got their footing right there on your last drive. 13-13 at the half. You can't – listen, I don't know about you. Can't ask for better football on opening night for Friday Night Lights.
No, a tied game going into halftime. 2 great teams. We've seen a steady running attack so far from both. 1 passing play from McComb got him deep into Monroeville territory, but they weren't able to capitalize with the missed field goal. Josh, what stuck out to you the most there in that first half?
Well, I tell you what, here's what we're going to do. You and I are both going to collect our thoughts from it. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back and do our halftime band show and let the band people get their love too, because they're out here working just as hard as the football players are. And then once we get done watching the band, we'll both come back and talk about how we felt about that first half, and we'll give the people some stats too. How's that sound?
I like that. I get to enjoy the band too as well.
13-13 at the half here from Marsh Field. We'll be back for halftime stats after you guys get to enjoy the band.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Josh Banks welcomes you into Marsh Field for the Kellie Deeter halftime show. Before we get into our halftime statistics and analysis, we're going to go ahead and give a quick shout-out to all of our sponsors. Janotta Herner Construction. Janotta Herner, your local design-build general contractor based in Monroeville. Good luck, Lady Eagles. Kellie Deeter. Find out more about the state rep candidate at kelliedeeter.com by clicking the link in the description. The Monroeville Eagles Athletic Boosters, helping Eagles athletics chase greatness. Donate today by visiting their Facebook page in the description. OhioHealth. As the area's leading healthcare provider, OhioHealth is investing in a stronger, healthier community. Learn more at ohiohealth.com/Mansfield. First Federal Community Bank. Banking locally just got a little easier. Pinnacle Building Services. Elevate your professional space with tailored cleaning solutions that promise unmatched quality and reliability. Scout Construction. With more than a decade of business, you can trust Scout Construction with your roofing and siding needs. Call Scout Construction for more information, 419-989-7240. And Sutton Bank. Earn the cash rewards of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Now I will welcome back in my partner tonight, Caden Schmid. And Caden, we've been talking about it while we were off the air. A 13-13 ball game at half, and it's really, I think, exactly what you and I expected coming into this. It's been a defensive grind, a defensive battle, and we're ready for half number two.
It's been a battle in the trenches so far, as we're 60 seconds, away from this second half. But so far, I mean, it's been the quarterbacks for both teams, Josh, rushing and passing for McComb. Just rushing so far for Monroeville. Have not completed a pass yet. So you can see McComb leading in the total yards, but Monroeville dominating on the ground game with 105 rush yards, but only 105 total yards as they have yet to complete a pass. Both teams have thrown an interception. And we're here to this 13-13 tie.
Yeah, you see, Monroeville 105 yards on the ground, McComb 116 total, and I tell you what, all of those passing yards come on that one play. The long pass up the sideline.
Yes, and it was a great ball, too. Want maybe just a little bit more on it, and maybe that's a touchdown, but you can't complain about a big play like that in a game where we've been struggling to get a passing game going. But Monroeville will start with the ball here in this second half. In black, going right to left here in this third quarter. McComb in white, going left to right.
As Monroeville finally got their offense going there at the end of the first half, and they're going to start with the ball here in half number 2. McComb will kick it deep.
To Boers. Boers has it right up the middle. Looking for space. Avoids a couple tacklers. Has it at the 36. That's a nice return for Monroeville to start off this second half.
And that's exactly what Connor Boris did at the end of the first half. He got in a rhythm. He started running people over. And the thing about it is, he's a big, strong kid that will run through you, but he's also very slippery.
You saw it there, making a couple guys miss at the same time, running through a guy to get those extra couple yards. 6 seconds come off the clock. Monroeville starts at their own 36. Clark in the backfield with Boers. Clark will keep it, looking for space, dragged down after about a yard, about 2 yards.
Yeah, they'll give him 2, maybe 3, will depend on the spot, as Clark kind of rolled over top of a defender as he got drugged down. But it's right back to the same offense we've seen the end half number 1. They're going to run it down your throat. Hey, listen, if we don't have to put it in the air, we're not putting it in the air. And that's been their motto all night long.
And, hey, I mean, if it's working, you might as well stay with it. It makes the game easier for, your whole team really. You know you're going to run it every play. Clark keeping it here, gets outside, looking for space, finds it, and gets inside McComb territory at the 44.
Clark picking up right where he left off. He keeps this play. He gets the edge, beats the defender to the corner, and then touches inside the block. Everything's working for Monroeville right now. If it's Boris, if it's Clark at the backfield, they've got Cleary in the backfield. Everybody that's touching the ball is getting 3, 4, 5 yards a carry.
Clark will keep this one again, trying to get outside, cuts it back up the middle, meets a defender at the line of scrimmage, and I'll tell you what, that's an impressive half yard.
That's an impressive half yard because, again, we talked about it in the pregame. We talked about it when we started up the very first play of the game for Monroeville offensively. Clark seeks contact.
Just completely annihilated a Panthers defender there, but that was behind the line of scrimmage, so the fact he even got back to that line, and he barely did. So 2nd and 10 here. Boers in the backfield with Clark again, man in motion. Clark rolls out to the left, fires. Oh, nice jump there from Frater to disrupt number 18, Derek Ackerman.
Almost jumped the route. It's a good ball by Clark. Frater jumped the route. If that's maybe got a little bit more touch on it, it gets over top of his outside stretch arms, and Ackerman's able to haul it in. But nonetheless, it's a good defensive play, and now you're 3rd and 10.
Monroeville still yet to complete a pass. Clark in the backfield. Boers beside him. Man in motion. It's Colton Cook. They give it to Boers. He has a crease right up the middle. He has a lot of space, and no one's going to catch him. Connor Boers goes 45 yards to the end zone, and Monroeville takes the lead.
Feed the man the football. He has been amazing here since the second quarter as we take a look at that 45-yard sprint to the end zone from Boris.
Let's see Parks takes it in. Boris, he's over 100 yards on the ground.
We got to pick out an MVP after the contest, and I think we know who that's going to be after that 45-yard touchdown jaunt right there.
Him so far, I agree. Kick from Kruger, up and through. 7-point lead for Monroeville. They lead 20-13 here at the 10-minute mark in the third quarter.
Back inside Marsh Field, and Caden, a 45-yard sprint to the end zone. 2 minutes into the third quarter, the first real explosive play of the night for the Eagles, and that's a big one.
Listen, with Boras getting in the end zone there, all three rushers for Monroeville has scored. Cooper Cleary, Colton Clark, and now Connor Boras finding the end zone. And, you know, McComb kicked it deep to start the second half. We'll see if Monroeville maybe does the same, maybe giving Carter Frater another chance at a return. It's him and Braden Heller back there. See what Kruger does on this kickoff. And Josh, only 2 minutes on that drive to get points. They go for that little onside pooch and swooped up nicely by McComb. That's number 25, Zane Steinbrook.
Steinbrook still wearing that Guardian cap there on his helmet. Again, you know, you're in a dangerous spot there if you're McComb. He's doing that little squib just over the first line of defense. And you almost want to just lay on top of that ball if you're McComb. These guys that are running up, catching that, what I see happening eventually is they're going to get laid out.
Especially if it has enough air on it.
It's going to cause a fumble, which is exactly what Monroeville wants to do in the situation.
Schroeder has Braden Heller alongside him. He's throwing in the seam. A beautiful ball, just a little bit behind. Luke Kern is dropped. Oh, Monroeville gets away with one there, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great throw by Schroeder. He's got him open in the seams. He's got exactly what he wants. And I tell you what, he had the guy in the middle in the seam open, and he had the guy on the outside open because the safety in the corner on that outside edge played that seam route and left nobody on the far guy.
In the same formation, Schroeder looking left again. They'll go outside. That's a long 2-yard pass and just bottled at the line of scrimmage.
How about the play by the Monroeville defense? It's a great throw. That's a big throw from Schroeder. But they come up and make the play. So it looks like that was number 6 for the Eagles. Chase Horn. We've called his name a couple times tonight, making plays out there out wide defensively.
And Josh, we mentioned it on the first quick out. If you're throwing it to the side of the field you're on, it's an easy throw. He threw that ball from the right hash all the way to the far sideline. That was a 2-yard throw, but in air, probably covered over 25 yards.
Yeah.
That is a tough throw to make, and it sets up a 3rd and 9 now. Schroeder, oh, it's a screen set up beautifully. He has blockers out in front, a lot of space. Gets the edge, Braden Heller down the sideline. Great tackle by the quarterback, Colton Clark, to slow that down, but there's a big play right back from McComb.
Yeah, McComb runs the little screen play to Heller, and I tell you what, Clark saved the touchdown with his speed to catch up to him, because there's not another player in black and gold that's going to make that play.
And what a beautiful screen set up there, Josh. I mean, they had 3 or 4 offensive linemen out in front of Heller, and Heller did a good job of following his blocks. And they have it right outside the red zone at the 24. It's a keeper for Schroeder. Tries to go right up the middle, and that's number 55 all over it. That's Alex Schaefer, just completely shutting that down.
Yeah, Schaefer's had himself a great night on the defensive line, as now you're going to be 2nd and 10. But here's the thing. McComb's kind of showing 3rd and 2nd and 10. 3rd and 10 don't really bother us, because guess what? We got a quarterback that can sling it if he has to, and maybe we start to see that a little bit more here in quarter number 3 after the big play from Monroeville.
I love the screen call. If there's a way you can work off of that to set something up. Is that one into the seam? Oh, nearly intercepted. That was Ethan Pomerich looking for his second pick of the game.
Probably should have been intercepted, as you'll see here on the OhioHealth replay. Probably should have been intercepted there. Schroeder gets away with another one. Here's the thing, you can only do that so many times before the defense is going to make you pay.
And how about Pomerich over there guarding 2 receivers, and it was able to adjust, jump inside, and nearly intercept that one.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing a soft cover 2 type defense. They're not manning up. Now it looks like they're going to man up.
Now they're pressing. Schroeder, Heller alongside him. He's looking left. One-on-one coverage to the end zone. Nearly intercepted again. A flag down.
We're going to watch that again. They're going to call defensive pass interference, Caden, and I want you to look over here at me and everybody watching at home. I do not see pass interference here as we're running the replay. He's running with him the whole way. No hands on him at all. Turns back for the ball. I do not see a lick of pass interference there. And that's going to be an automatic first down.
Yes, on a third down play.
On a 3rd and 10.
And, I mean, Pomerich back-to-back, he just made great defensive plays and completely just – I mean, the ref has a better view than us from up here, but that did not look like the right call.
Here's the thing for me. Normally, that call gets made because the defender doesn't turn around.
He turned around and got a hand on the ball. He was the first one to it. Because there's a handoff, and that's just bottled up at the line of scrimmage. And the inside run, just Monroeville's been all over it.
Yeah, again, we talked about it. Their offensive and defensive line both coming back completely healthy. They're all ready to play. And they are some big dudes up front for Monroeville. And they know how to use it. They know their assignments, and that's why they're so good. They play assignment football. Stay in this power set.
Handoff, and just once again at the line of scrimmage. He's able to break the tackle, but he's going the wrong way. Oh, plenty of Monroeville defenders in the backfield. Slow that down.
And you know, it's blown up on the edge. He breaks the tackle. And that's awesome defensively to break that tackle. But at the same time, you're in a spot where if you're McComb, that pass interference call was huge for you. But guess what? You're 3rd and 14 now.
About 3rd and 15, really. And we saw them miss a field goal from about this spot in the first half. So they are going to want to get closer. Schroeder looking to the right. Nearly intercepted by Colton Clark. Just completely jumped into the passing lanes. Check out this replay.
Listen, you can't read a ball better than what Colton Clark just read the football. That's not even his man. He's sitting, his man is the inside slant. He reads the quarterback eyes and almost jumps that route perfectly. And now it's 4th down. What do you do if you're the Panthers of McComb?
See, and Schroeder in the backfield empty. He's got 3 receivers to the right as well as a tight end. 1 receiver on the left side. 4th and 15. Schroeder looking left. One-on-one. Man falls. Diving catch. Did he get in? Yes, he did. What a grab by Cameron Smith. Oh, how about that for 6?
I mean, you can't ask for anything more as we'll take a look at it. How about the route? The defender slips. The toe drag swag to keep it in.
Oh, Cameron Smith, the senior, with a great grab. Gives McComb a chance to tie the game. What a ball, too, from Grady Schroeder. I mean, that is pretty.
If you're McComb, you just proved to yourself, hey, guess what? They stopped our run.
PAT up and good. Tie game, 20-20. Just over 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in this third quarter. An exciting game here on OH Report. back on OH Report Football. I'm Caden Schmid, Josh Banks beside me. We're still in awe at that last touchdown catch by Cameron Smith. First receiving touchdown of the game. Just a true beauty. In all the words of full extension, toe drag swag. Senior Cameron Smith makes a beautiful play to even up this game 2020. Not talking about the vision as the sun has set, the lights are on. It's Friday night football.
Couldn't ask for a better night. Couldn't ask for better weather. I was out last night in a little bit of mist, a little bit of rain. This is August football.
McComb boots it deep. Chase Horn awaits, drops it, but picks it back up and gets met right in front of that 30-yard line at the 29. Monroeville will look to respond as both teams so far have one offensive drive in the second half. Both have a touchdown.
Two completely different offenses.
Yes.
Monroeville comes out and goes 40 yards, whatever it was, 45-yard touchdown run. McComb gets the ball back, and they sling it all the way down the field.
Yes, a slip screen gets you in deep into Monroeville territory, and they just stuck with that pass. And, I mean, you can't blame them with the way this Monroeville defensive front has been playing as Clark keeps it. He fights through contact to pick up about 3 yards.
And you're Monroeville, hey, it's, again, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Don't force Clark to throw it if we're running it well.
No, not at all. Only 3 yards there, but get about that 4 yards of carry. If you run it 3 plays in a row, that's a first down every 3 plays. Yep. We'll see what they go with. Boras alongside Clark in the backfield. Boras over 100 rushing yards already halfway through the third quarter. Looking to throw down the field, turning around and just a bit overthrown. That was a tough play for Ackerman. Saw him kind of twisting and turning, trying to locate the ball.
Well, and I tell you what, the ability for Clark to just get that ball that far, flipping his hips, he throws that off the wrong foot and still throws it about 30 yards downfield. It's an impressive throw just out of Ackerman's reach, and that's the second or third time tonight where Ackerman's had his guy beat. Clark hasn't quite been able to hit him. That's what's going to make this team dangerous throughout the season when that passing game is finally able to connect.
And, even if you could use Ackerman's size on the outside, give him jump ball opportunities at 6'3", 170, that's big for a receiver. Boras has a lot of space. No one's near him, blocked downfield. He takes it, and he's going to go all the way. Connor Boras, are you kidding me?
What more can we say? A 45-yard touchdown. He said, hey, guys, how about I go for 70 next time? What do you say about this young man? And here's the thing. There was nobody around me. A great downfield block by number 18 Ackerman, a great downfield block, but they've been going inside. They go a little off tackle there. McComb fills the middle, and Boras just outruns the whole team.
And hey, right here in front of us, Boras and Cleary, the running back duo, just had a super sick handshake. They're like a army crawl there at the end of it. Kick is up and good. 27-20, Monroeville leads here on the OH Report. Caden Schmid, Josh Banks back here at the 5:40 mark in the third quarter on OH Report. 27-20, Monroeville leads, and it has been fireworks so far in this second half, Josh.
We've seen more points in the first 7 minutes of the third quarter than we've seen in almost the entire first half, Caden.
Yes. Back and forth. No offensive drive has ended in anything other than a touchdown here in this second half as they kick this one actually back. Number 7 has it. That's Braden Heller trying to get to the outside and does. Tries to cut it back in and loses his footing. But, I mean, a solid return for McComb. Sets them up at about the 30-yard line.
So, Caden, what do you think about half number 2 so far?
Electric. Hey, you know, they say people play their best when the lights are bright, are at their brightest. Some people drop down and play, but both these teams so far, the sun went down, lights came on, and the offenses have showed up here in this third quarter. McComb will look for an answer to what's been an exciting game of football. So we are just about 30 minutes into this one, a little bit over 30 minutes. Schroeder dropping back to pass, has all day in the backfield, looking downfield to the left, has a man, completion to Luke Kern. How about this passing offense?
And you know, we talked about it, Schroeder over 1,000 yards last season. And listen, when you got this much time in the pocket, that's an easy throw. When you've got that much time in the pocket, no pressure, didn't have to try to move. He took the snap, stepped up in the pocket, and delivered a great ball.
Just got to play a game of catch with his receiver in a live setting. There's a quick one to the outside. This is Carter Frater. So he goes out of bounds after about 7.
I find it entertaining to me, Caden. We're in a second half of football. We're in a third quarter of football. We're going to say that. We're in the third quarter of football. And we have seen more offense in 7 minutes than we've seen in the first 24 minutes of action.
What did these coaches say at halftime to fire up their offenses?
I mean, how many times do you see it in any sport? You know, we were talking the other sports that you and I both do. You see it in basketball, in any sport except baseball and softball because there's not really a halftime. How many times do you see the halftime adjustments made are the difference maker in the game?
I'll tell you what, Josh, how many times is Monroeville going to let this quick 5-yard out to Carter Frater on the sideline happen? I mean, they're backing off so much. He's been wide open. They're driving down the field right now, and I think Grayson Romero over on McComb's sideline
limped
cramping
off.
up.
Yeah, he was cramping up. Here's the thing with Monroeville, though. Do we keep letting the 5-yard out happen and play back, or do we get torched like has happened a couple times already here in half number 2?
I mean, see what they do. Schroeder in the empty backfield set again. He'll keep it this time. And the run game just is not working for McComb.
No, not at all. Schroeder has not had very much success here this evening when it comes to running the football. As Cleary again in on the tackle. The defensive line and the linebackers for Monroeville are the real deal.
They're swarming like a group of black and yellow bumblebees just right to the ball like it's a sunflower. Just, I mean, completely not allowing the McComb any rushing room. So Schroeder will drop back here, looking over the middle, over the head of Romero. And he's feeling better after cramping up. So
he's going to stay down again. He's slow to get up there, yep.
Kind of still has that limp. Maybe he didn't get stretched all the way out like he needed to, but he's going to come off. So we'll keep you updated on him. Looks to be fine. He's running over under his own power. Just I think that cramp caught back up to him there once he hit the deck.
Well, and here's the big picture here. Ackerman's, I mean, you see Schroeder is doing a great job of finding. Monroeville is running a zone, and he's finding the openings in it. They're going to bring pressure now up the middle. They're going to throw that quick screen again.
There's Frater trying to get into the middle. I mean, stiff-arming a defender, getting right up to that first down. Will they give it to him? I think he's just short.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be 2 yards short. But the problem here,
You go for it here.
you 1,000% go for it, Caden. But the problem is, guess what? What hasn't been working for them?
The run game, and this is a spot where you want to run the ball. And, I mean, we'll see if they can have that quick 2-3 yard out to Carter Frater again. He has a couple catches on this drive, but if I'm Monroeville, now's the time to play up on that quick pass. Keep doing what you're doing as
And
far
that's
as
exactly what they're
stopping the
going to
run
do.
game. And
They're going to press the inside guy. They're going to play up a little bit, and we're going to have a McComb time out. So let's talk about this insanely different third quarter than we've seen in the first half. And like I was talking about during this drive, football is a game of adjustments.
yes.
When you've got 249 wins under your belt, you know how to make adjustments.
Yes. I mean, that's exactly what Chris Algie did. You think of the first half, I think McComb had 3 or 4 completions total, passing-wise, in that first
They had
half.
50 yards passing, and I think it was
One of them was 35
It was
yards.
a quick out to Frater, and then it was the deep ball. And I think they had 2 completions.
Oh, yeah, that might have been it in that first half as far as passing goes. Algie goes into halftime saying, okay, we have not been able to run the ball to in a successful way against this Monroeville front. Why don't we come out in this second half, sling it with your senior quarterback, Grady Schroeder, your captain. That's exactly what he's done. He has a touchdown on the ground, a touchdown through the air. Has been responsible for both of the offensive touchdowns for McComb. That other touchdown coming on a kick return from Carter Frater. But they're in 5 wide. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left for McComb. Schroeder by himself in the backfield.
They're going to look to get a hard count. Schroeder does not snap it, so he doesn't get the offsides.
Monroeville did jump there. Schroeder takes the snap. It's a high one. Frater fakes the short pass. Schroeder gets it and finds a man. That's Luke Kern. Great improvisation from the quarterback, Grady Schroeder.
They wanted to stop and go. It wasn't there. And it's a great job by Schroeder to see the opening, but it's also a great job by the receiver for McComb to see his quarterback in trouble, and he kind of slipped out to the numbers to give him an open target.
It's a good job of seeing where your quarterback is and finding a place to where he can get the ball to use safely.
Absolutely.
Smart play from Luke Kern, a sophomore. McComb Panthers, get used to that name. Schroeder in the backfield. Braden Heller alongside him. He rolls out to the right. Looking down the field. There's a catch at about the 16-yard line.
Number 9, Luke Kern again. Kind of come to be his favorite target here in this second half. But again, it's Schroeder making the right decision. In that first half, he really showcased, hey, I can run the ball. But he is a completely different guy here in the second half when Coach looked at him and said, hey, man, go sling it.
And he looks really comfortable on these designed rollout plays. If I'm Algie, I'm sticking with it because it's done such a good job of – oh, snap goes over his head all the way back. That is over 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That sets up third and super.
Wasn't ready for the snap. As number 7, yeah.
He's the one who recovered the football. He is walking off under his own power. Maybe came down on the ball wrong. But that hurts for the Panthers. And you have a nice drive going. Now it's 3rd and 21. Although, Josh, we have seen McComb on these 3rd and longs convert, whether it's off of pass interference or simply a passing catch.
Yeah, and they've done everything. That play, that one single play right there could literally be the difference in this entire game.
It can, because if they can't get anything off of this, and Monroeville can go get that, I mean, any type of score. 2-possession game is huge, creeping up on the 4th quarter. Schroeder rolls out to the left, looking for a man down the sideline, and it's out of bounds. over the head of Luke Kern. Carter Frater kind of threw his arms out, thought he had space over there in the middle of the field, but it is now 4th and 21 from the 36.
And now you run into the situation of, what do you do? If I am McComb, I'm going to pooch punt this.
Try and pin him deep. They're actually going to drop back to pass. Schroeder looking for a receiver down the left side. Intercepted! Jumping in front of it is Colton Cook. The senior steps in the way.
That's the concern. I mean, listen, it's just as good as a punt. You're pinning them inside the 20. But how about the pick by number 7, Coke for Monroeville? And just, again, though, the snap over the head is the difference maker, as it looks like Coke's still down. Or maybe that's a, that's a person holding the sticks. Or is that Coke?
I think that is Coke.
He's going to back up off the field of play.
Oh, looks like he's cramping. He's getting stretched out there. Just heard from the other sideline all the way across the field, Chris Algie telling his team to wake up.
Yeah.
With little over 14 minutes left to play, 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Monroeville takes over possession at the 18, so a long way to go. But, I mean, what we just saw from Monroeville last time on offense, Connor Boras taking it 3/4 of the field for a touchdown.
Some other scores going on. Lucas getting back to their winning ways. They're leading Plymouth 52-0.
Wow.
In quarter number 3. That game also right here live and free on the OH Report. Shelby 49, Madison 7. Clear Fork now 14-7 over Perkins. Perkins, a state Final Four team last year.
Lost by 1 point.
That would be a massive win for the Colts.
Monroeville retakes the field. Clark will keep it, trying to get out to the right. Fights through some players, only picks up a yard.
And I mean, here's the thing. Clark keep, and then that outside handoff to Boras. They haven't stopped it yet. Why stop giving it to him now? 88 of you out there watching us on the YouTube. Thank you for tuning in live and free here on the OH Report.
Clark has Boras beside him. 2nd and 8. He'll fake it. Clark will keep it, has space. Right up the middle, there goes Colton Clark. Has one man to beat. Running as fast as he can. He's at the 20. 15-10, he dives and misses. Colton Clark goes 82 yards for the touchdown.
I mean, that's 2 consecutive drives where they've had 70-plus yard touchdowns. And the problem, Caden, if you're the McComb sideline, is it's been Connor Boras. You bring him, and it's that read option again. It's Clark makes the decision. If he makes the right read, look at what happens. And it's now potentially 34-20 with still 1:10 to go here in quarter number 3.
Again, this game was 13-13 at the start of the quarter, or start of the half, rather. Monroeville will take a timeout.
I mean, that's.
Was it?
I don't have the full replay, but I can say this. This offensive line for Monroeville has been a different animal here in the second half when it comes to giving their runners open lanes.
It just, as an NFL fan, it just reminds me of the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
You talk about Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry approach. When your quarterback and your running back both have over 150 rushing yards each, I mean, that's tough to beat.
Hey, and here's the thing. Like I said, we've got 91 of you now out there watching on YouTube. Cook, thank you. Thank you out there on YouTube for correcting that. So here's my question for those of you. We got 91 on YouTube now.
It looks like
they're lined up to go for 2.
I don't think he was in the end zone. They haven't updated the scoreboard yet.
Did he step out?
He must have.
Well,
I thought he was in.
He's going to get in there now.
And there's his touchdown, his second of the game. I totally thought he was in on the last one. My apologies there.
No, yeah, and I'm going to – I've got it up, but here's the thing. You know, we've got a situation where, like I was going to say, we're in a point – if you're McComb, you have done everything you can do. Yeah, I know. That's kind of funny to hear that air horn after every touchdown, isn't it?
Right. And like, has Monroeville completed a pass yet? I don't.
No.
Did I miss it? I don't think they have.
They haven't.
It's strictly running game, and they're ready to put up 34 with, drop snap.
And he still gets it up and good.
2-touchdown lead for Monroeville here on the OH Report. Points in 11 minutes here in the second half for Monroeville. They have a 34-20 lead with 65 seconds left in this third quarter. I'm Caden Schmid, Josh Banks beside me. And I mean, Monroeville, home opener.
It was 13-13 at half.
Tight battle game in the first half, and they just come out in the second half, 21 points in 11 minutes, and just completely took control of this game. Kick goes deep. Heller picks it up off the bounce, trying to get to that left side. There's the Monroeville defense shutting it down.
I don't want to say that was Cook, number 7. Yep, Colton Cook.
McComb will start from their own 24.
I mean, what do you say?
Wow.
We watched neither one of these teams be able to move the ball a lick in that first half offensively. And now Monroeville can't be stopped.
And it's big plays, Josh. I mean, that's back to back to back. What should have been a touchdown on that last run there by Clark, who did end up getting his touchdown, but that's 3 big rushing plays where Monroeville has just won at the line of scrimmage and gotten their playmakers out to that second level with nothing but green grass ahead.
You had 45 yards from Boras. You had 80 yards from Boras. Well, 78 or something along those lines. And then you had what we thought was an 83-yard run from Colton Clark.
Got those extra yards. He ended up getting that touchdown, but I mean, just the big plays, this explosive offense. McComb back out in the spread, 3 receivers to the right, 2 on that far side. That's where they look. It's Frater, makes a man miss. Nice tackling from Monroeville to slow that down before big play Frater took off down the sideline.
I think we're at a point as we're inside of 20 seconds left in quarter number 3. We're at a point now where if you're McComb,
Got to go quick.
You got to put – you wanted – honestly, you probably wanted to score before this quarter ended if you were able to.
They do take a snap at the 5-second mark. Schroeder fakes short, looks downfield. Little jump pass, flips out of bounds, throwing it away. That's how the third quarter ends. Monroeville up 2 scores, 34-20. So we got 12 minutes left to play on the OH Report.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
McComb starts with the ball here in the fourth quarter at the 39. Down 2 scores against an offense that's been nothing short of big explosive plays here in that third quarter. Schroeder looks to the right, has a man wide open in the middle of the field. That's Cameron Smith. He's had a good game receiving, and that's a first down for McComb.
And again, what's interesting to me, Caden, is we're seeing a tale of 2 halves. The first half, McComb came out and they tried to run. They realized they couldn't do that. They've come out in the second half and had very good success throwing the ball. Monroeville came out and did the exact same thing they did in the first half.
And started getting big plays out of it. Schroeder misses his man over the middle.
Looking for Romero there. But this is kind of the numbers thing I was talking about. You know, you look down here on the sideline, and it's probably close to maybe almost a 2-to-1 number for Monroeville. And like we talked about in the first half, in the first quarter even, eventually that's going to wear you down. This offensive line for Monroeville might be one of the best in the area.
Yes, I mean, when you return that many starters, you're led by an all-Ohio guard. Jumping off sides.
Who jumped, though? That's my question. Who jumped?
Nope, yep, we got a flicker from the offensive line. False start, moves them back 5.
I was going to say, and I didn't catch the replay there, but that looked like a false start to make them jump, because that's one of those where, as a defensive lineman, you see that hand come up by the offensive player, and you go.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you see like 2 or 3 defenders just sprint right past the O-line like that, it's usually a good tell there was a false start.
Centerburg knocks off Utica tonight by a final score of 34-0. That game was shown live and free as they're going to run that quick inside little bubble screen again, but wrapped up. There's Cleary.
Cameron Smith was able to get back right near that original line of scrimmage, still 2 yards behind it. It's going to set up a 3rd and 12. Right at that 50-yard line, we've seen some 3rd and longs committed from McComb. Schroeder, on most of them, Schroeder has scrambled out to his left, rolled out to his left, and made a throw. We'll see.
Normally to Freder.
We'll see if that stays the same. No, he'll sit in the pocket, fire right, far side. Catch, no. Was not able to get the feet in or hang on. Makes it 4th and 12, and
you're down 2 scores. You almost have, I mean, it looks like.
With the way Monroeville's offense has been playing, though, I mean, do you even dare punting it back? And then, on the other side of that, if you don't get this, you don't want to give this offense, who's been running all over you, the ball at the 50-yard line. So,
and that's where you're kind of stuck if you're the McComb Panthers.
I like the decision to punt, try and pin them deep. Oh, my goodness.
Almost blocked.
It's a great punt. Clark swoops it up. Rolling up this near side. Oh, like his face mask got grabbed, but was not called.
We'll take a look at it here Yeah, absolutely it was missed. That's an extra 15.
They would have the ball right at the 50-yard line if that was the case. Literally at the 50-yard line, like we just mentioned. If they don't get it, they get it from the 50. They get it from the 35, so a great return from Clark.
I mean, but here, let's think about this. Their last 3 possessions, 45 yards, 75 yards, 82 yards.
We'll see if that stays the same. This time it's Cooper Cleary in the backfield. He'll get the carry. He gets bottled up.
Well, and here's the thing that we've noticed, I think, about Cooper Cleary. He's that big, strong power back. He's the guy, I mean, I'm sure the kid's got breakaway speed. Don't get me wrong. But you can just look at him and say he's that dude that's going to go out and get you 1 or 2 yards and be the bruiser.
And just compare the builds. Cooper Cleary at 6'1", 195. Connor Boras, 5'10", 155. And you've seen the speed from Boras, and you've seen the power from Cleary. And you've seen both from Colton Clark as quarterback.
Yeah, the speed, the power, the everything.
Cleary fumbles the handoff. Who has it?
Clark.
McComb has the ball. It's their football. Braden Heller comes out with the ball, and they're going to take over in Monroeville territory. A huge shift for this McComb Panthers team.
Yeah, Cleary just unable to handle the handoff. I thought Clark got on it, but no, McComb gets on it. They come away with it. And listen, there's 9:37 left. You're only down 2 scores if you're the Panthers, but you got to score quick.
Yes, there is still plenty of time, but it takes capitalizing off of mistakes like that. Now both teams with 2 turnovers. So that's a quick pass to the outside. Frater looking for space. There's none, but is able to pick up about 4 yards. Set up 2nd and 6.
Well, and here's the thing, okay? We're seeing Schroeder throw these quick screens, these out routes. They're getting 3 to 4 yards on those plays, but the recovery by the Monroeville defense is what's been impressive.
It's good open field tackling as well.
It is.
They're in empty. 3 receivers to the right. Schroeder, he'll look that way. In the seam. Oh, I mean, what a beautiful play by Cooper Cleary. Just fumbled the handoff on the offensive side. Watch the way he jumps in front of this pass.
Yeah, from his linebacker spot, too. Sits back, drops back into coverage, plays it perfectly.
Takes away 2 routes.
I mean, you can't play it any better. And now, if you're McComb, you just forced the fumble, and now you're already at 3rd and 6.
In 4-down territory, though.
No doubt about it.
Trying at least make it a little bit easier, if not converting here, if you're McComb. Schroeder, he's looking to the right side. He has a man. It's caught. That's Cameron Smith. He's having a good game through the air. That's a 1st down for the Panthers.
First Federal Community Bank. 1st down for the McComb Panthers. But again, you got to kind of try to get the ball downfield. You know, 5-6 yards of play, down 2 scores with 8 minutes to go.
Quarterback keeper.
Nowhere to go.
And I mean, if you're Algie, you gotta think here. Is it time to just completely take that out of the playbook and shorten down that playbook to what can get you quick scores or will get you down the field quickly to lead to quick scores?
Well, and I guess the other question becomes, why are you going away from what's worked in half number 2?
That is true too. Schroeder in the backfield looking left. He fires. It's tipped at the line. Ball bounces right in front of Cameron Smith, the intended receiver.
Let's see if we can't see who got a big old paw on that. Looks like the inside guy. It looks like it's Schaefer again, number 55. They got his big paw on that one.
That's that veteran presence on this Monroeville line, just knowing, hey, I'm not going to get to the quarterback here. Let me get my hands up and try and deflect this pass. Exactly what happens, and those can lead to turnovers a lot of the time too. Another 3rd down for McComb. Schroeder out of the gun, looking to the right, over the middle of the field, nearly intercepted. Diving in front of the pass That's number 5, Reed Wasserman, the sophomore, making a nice play.
And again, they're playing zone as, hey, stay home and read the eyes of the quarterback. And Reed Wasserman, running about as good as you can read right there. I don't want to say this, but 4th and 10, 8 minutes to go. This could be the ball game right here.
It'll look bleak for McComb if they're not able to convert here. Schroeder looking to the right side, right at the sticks. Caught. Was he in bounds? Yes, he was. They should give him that first down. It's right there at the sticks.
We'll see where they mark him out at. It's going to really depend on that spot.
Oh, referee, what's the signal?
They're discussing. It looks like he's short from what I'm seeing.
Yes, he is.
It'll be Monroeville football.
That is a huge stop for Monroeville. The play worked for McComb. I mean, inches short of that first down, though.
And here's the thing. If you're McComb and you're a receiver, okay, you have to know the down and distance, and you have to know where that first down marker is.
Got to get past the sticks.
Especially on a 4th and 10. You have to be a yard past
throw. It's one thing if you're over the middle of the field and can get that yard after catch, but on that sideline and running out of room, you need to be across the sticks. I totally agree with you there, Josh.
And I think that's what's so difficult about that. And I expect to see a heavy dose of, guess who's back in the game, Mr. Boras.
Alongside Clark. I think they go to him. Yes,
yes.
That is Boras. He's swallowed up, though. These interior D lines for both teams have been very impressive.
Yeah, but it's been the interior of the offensive line. You know, we talked about, and the reason that the spotlight or the key to the game for McComb was to win at the line of scrimmage was because of exactly what we've seen here in half number 2. Monroeville gets a push. If those 5 guys up front get any type of push, they have the speed in the backfield to make you pay.
And we've seen that so far throughout the game. Boras up the middle, only able to pick up about a yard.
Now, if you're Monroeville, listen, there's still 7 minutes left in this game. This isn't a lock just yet. You need a couple first downs here might kind of shut it down as they can get it inside of about 6:40.
Yes, every play the ball should not be snapped until the play clock is near 5 seconds.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially if the clock's not running, that's one thing. If the clock's running, that's a whole 35 seconds you take off the clock with that 40-second play clock. As there's a keeper to Clark. He looks for space, breaks a tackle. Here he comes up the near side. That'll be a first down and plenty more. He's out of bounds at the 46.
I tell you what, we had a conversation just a few minutes ago about Connor Boras being our MVP. But it's going to be hard to not give it to Colton Clark after the way he's performed here in quarter number 4.
He's controlled the offense, had some pass breakups nearly had that interception on defense. Both him and Boras have rushed for well over 150 yards each.
They might be pushing 200 at this point.
Both of them, yeah. I agree completely. Monroeville near 400 yards total rushing. So this one's a handoff. That's number 7, Colton Cook.
Cook with her first carry. But here's the thing. That's a new wrinkle that we haven't seen out of Monroeville yet right there. You bring that little wing back, that slot back over. You give it to him. Cook going to walk off. He kind of got cramped up earlier.
Gets some water, walks off completely under his own power. He'll sit down for a minute.
Sit down with the trainer.
So 2nd and 7, clock under 6 minutes.
That'll go to Boras.
He just fights right through a defender to pick up about 4.
Again, we've got plenty of you out there in the YouTube world watching, 82 of you. Go ahead and help Caden and I out. Who should be our MVP for this one? I mean, we've got a tough decision to make. So if we can get the help from you guys out there watching and let us know who you think it should be, that'd be extremely beneficial to us.
So it is a 3rd and 3. Clark and Borez.
I was going to say Clark the keeper.
And he's got the first down.
And still going.
How did he get out of that?
He breaks a bunch. He's still on his feet.
Oh, Colton Clark, are you serious?
Hey, I'm just going to say I think our decision was just made for us after that one.
I mean, how did he stay on his feet, Josh?
Let's take a look at it. He breaks 3 tackles, manages to stay on his feet, and it's another 40-plus yard touchdown for the Monroeville Eagles. I think our decision is made. We might have to interview 2 kids tonight.
Oh, no kidding. I mean, what a performance from Colton Clark and this Monroeville offense. Well over 400 total yards rushing for
between
this
the two of them.
Monroeville team. Yeah, I mean, honestly, probably, yeah, just between those two. PAT.
It's going to be wide right.
And off, so score stays at 40-20. Monroeville full control here in the second half on the OH Report. Caden Schmid, Josh Banks beside me. 40-20 Monroeville leads here on the OH Report. First game of the season, Josh, across Ohio for high school football. We got a good one here, and the home team, Monroeville, just completely took control in this second half.
27-7 in the second half for Monroeville. 27-7 on the legs of Connor Boras and Colton Clark. And their defense, they've given up 7 points in the second half.
That's the defense we saw from Monroeville last season. And I mean, this Monroeville team did graduate a ton of seniors last year. So impressive for them to reload and regroup like this. And the special teams has came to play after that first kickoff return.
That's
by
Chase
Carter
Horn.
Frater.
Chase Horn makes the big play, but I think here's the difference. Here's what I've seen in half number 2. Momentum, momentum, momentum. Monroeville was able to tie the game up in the first half. They come out and they score on their first possession of the second half. Yes, McComb answers. We're at 20-20. They score again. They get a stop. They score again. They get an interception. They score again. Momentum is such a crucial part of high school sports, and we have seen that here tonight.
And it helps having these stands behind you. I mean, full stand. That one's nearly intercepted as well. My goodness.
I mean, I don't want to count them, but I want to say there's been probably 5 or 6 balls at least that probably should have been intercepted here tonight by this Eagles defense. And, you know, we were kind of talking about it during one of our commercial breaks. We're seeing Monroeville run. Can you imagine how dangerous this team's going to be when some of those passes get completed?
Still have not completed a pass, Josh.
Even if you can come out here and complete 5, maybe 6 passes.
Just to keep the defense honest. I mean, talk about opening up. I mean, interception right to number 7, Colton Cook. down at the 1 yard line.
But again, this is what they've been running all night. The quick screen, Cook sheds the block, and just comes and gets it, man. Monroeville's defense has been the difference in half.
I'll tell you what, we have our offensive player of the game. I know who my defensive player of the game is. That's Colton Cook, his second interception, Josh.
And how many pass breakups? How many tackles on the edge that have prevented Schroeder from a big run?
Even on special teams, he's been making plays. Oh, what a performance from Monroeville.
I tell you what, I was talking to one of the coaches upstairs, and we were kind of talking about, the Firelands Conference and who are the top two teams. And he said every year it's St. Paul, Monroeville. This Monroeville team is special.
They split the Firelands Conference last year with St. Paul. Cleary trying to fight ahead. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Cooper Cleary with his second touchdown. That is
7 rushing touchdowns on the night now.
7 rushing touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Firing on all cylinders, Monroeville.
I'll tell you what, we're not here a lot this year, but we're going to have a conversation with the man in charge, because this is a team that we might want to pay a little bit more attention to throughout the next 9 weeks of the football season.
They're coming back with a vengeance. I mean, their starting quarterback gets hurt in the playoff game against Warren JFK. Clark stepped in that second half, and, well, in this game he hasn't looked back. 2-point conversion bottled up there. What a 26-point Monroeville lead, as this second half has been all Eagles on the OH Report. Back, 4.5 minutes remaining, and not exactly where McComb wants to be, Josh, especially with the way their season starts. Check this out. They're away today. They're away next week. Away the week after that. Away the week after that. That's 4 straight away games to start a season. And then they finally have their home opener in week 5. Then they go right back on the road in week 6. 5 of their first 6 games are on the road. And their game coming up next, Toledo Christian, they actually played 8-man football since 2019. This is their first year back in 11-on-11 football, as Braden Heller is swallowed up there on the return. But this is their first year back in 11-on-11 football. They're back-to-back state champions at that 8-man football level, and that's a game that strives off of offense. Yep. And this Toledo Christian team last year averaged 45 points a game and scored over 50 in well over half of their games.
An 8-man?
An 8-man, yes. So McComb maybe will be going against a high-powered offense in Toledo Christian, but again, that was an 8-man football. This is their first year jumping back to 11-man football since 2018. There's a carry up the middle, looking for space, trying to break a tackle is Braden Heller. It's a nice rush, and really one of the better rushes we've seen from the Panthers all day, all night.
Well, and you look at, we're talking about McComb here. You look at their schedule. They got Toledo Christian, like you said, coming back from 8-man. And then the week after that, their last non-conference game, how about Liberty Benton, a perennial powerhouse in the state of Ohio? And then you've got Ada, you've got Van Buren, you got to play Leipzig, you got to play Arlington, all in your conference. As it's another handoff up the middle. And then on the flip side of things, look, if you're Monroeville, you're starting off exactly the way you want to. You're taking care of McComb. You get Calvert next week, who got blown out last night by the Mohawk Warriors.
And this is Monroeville last year beat Tiffin Calvert 23-9 in week 2. So,
and then you're at Seneca East, who they've got their quarterback back. Nicholas Parks at Seneca East is a senior this year, so they're not going to be a slouch. But then South Central losing tonight. New London not expected to be great. Mapleton getting blown out tonight. Plymouth getting blown out tonight.
Here's a nice run by Heller. Sorry to cut you off there. He picks up another first down for McComb, and the run game's starting to work, but way too little, way too late for the Panthers.
You look at the schedule for Monroeville, and Seneca East is definitely going to be a challenge for them. But you look at these other teams that they have to play. I'm going to pull out some scores right now for those other teams. But like Mapleton loses tonight, is losing tonight 54-0 to Loudonville. You know, you've got Plymouth gets beat 51-0 by Lucas.
Schroeder picks up a first down there.
You've got by the way, Clear Fork Perkins 14-14 in quarter number 4.
That's a good game.
You've got New London, who's up 28-14 over Millersport. That's on their schedule. You know, Western. This is a very favorable schedule for the Monroeville Eagles. Again, especially because tonight, we've only seen them dominate the run game.
I mean, I keep bringing it up. It's hard for me to believe a team winning by 26 without completing a single pass all game. They've completed more passes to the other team. They have an interception. And they've still been able to just dominate in the trenches, get their playmakers to the second level where they've made McComb Panthers defenders miss in the open field. And, I mean, second half, just big play after big play after big play after big play for the Eagles.
33-7, the second half score.
Soaring ahead in the scoreboard are these Eagles. Pure dominance.
Tim Burns, I see you out there. The MVP's the O-line coach. I can't argue that one at all. This offensive line, again, we've said it from the onset. This offensive line and defensive line is special for these Eagles.
I mean, Josh, how important is it to have an offensive and defensive line just completely dominate the trenches like the Monroeville Eagles have done this game?
And it's been the second half. As another good run for the Panthers.
They've gotten some run game going here on this last drive, but
looks
maybe
like
go
we
try
might
and get
have
another score.
it looks like we might have some new bodies in there defensively as well. Yeah, freshman Easton Clark in there at nose guard. Number 77, another freshman, Calvin Schaefer. Number 53, another freshman, Cole Myers. So some of the young guys getting some really good reps.
Backup quarterback Jace Wartgo, Jr., number 19, stands at 6'3", and that is a tall 6'3" for the quarterback Wartgo there, because he is skying over just about everyone else on his team.
And let's talk about, we'll keep talking about this Monroeville squad. Number 67 in there on that stop, Cooper Shibley, another freshman. So, yeah, we talk about, this depth or this phenomenal offensive line that they have. They've got depth, too.
There's a screen pass to the right. Bottled up, sets up fourth down. This might be the last play of the game. Play clock and game clock separated by, 4 seconds? Yes.
Looks like about 4 seconds. So it looks like McComb going to run one more play, and the Monroeville Eagles are going to come out in victory formation to end this ball game. And an absolute dominant second half by these Monroeville Eagles.
As there's a whistle. What a building block to build on to start a season. You're playing in your newly renovated field, Marsh Field. You come out here, you hang up 46 on a good McComb team. A good McComb. They came in, they were ranked higher in the state than Monroeville. Obviously a little tough to win on the road. But, I mean, when Monroeville handles business like this on their home field, this will be a tough team to beat. 12 seconds left, so this won't be the last play of the game unless they get a first down. Ortgo keeps it. He will get a first down and more. Trying to get to the outside, making some guys miss. It is the last play of the game. He's tackled at the 12. Monroeville dominates the second half and wins it 46-20.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
For over 12 years, you've trusted Scout Construction for quality building and remodeling. Now we're proud to offer expert excavation services to start your project off right. You've seen what we build, now see the way we dig. Experience the Scout Construction difference. Call or email us today for a free quote and let us break ground together.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Josh Banks back here with our Monroeville Athletics Boosters MVPs of the game. We'll start with the junior quarterback for Monroeville, Colton Clark. And, I mean, the first thing I'm going to say is congratulations on win number 1 of the season.
Thank you.
The second half, you guys outscore them 33-7. What was the difference? What was the talk in the halftime locker room that really made the offense turn it on and the defense continue to play the way that we know they're capable of playing?
I feel like we came out second half ready to hit, and shout out to Connor over here for getting us started early, and then our O-line across the board was outstanding. We got Bryce Dunlap, Vinny Schaefer, Isaac Krieger, Alex Schaefer, Hayden Ryan. Just immaculate job.
Now let's flip the defensive side of things. You had a couple potential picks, made some great plays on the outside to stop what could have been big plays. What's it like for you to be, a junior, stepping into a new role, replacing who you replaced in Evan Binford, and to come out tonight, game 1, 207 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns, and kind of fill those shoes already in week 1?
I feel like I just ran behind my blocks wide open. I mean, all I really had to do was decide which way I wanted to run to the corner. So,
and that makes it easier for you. I mean, it really does. You're 1-0. I'm sure the mentality is you're 1-0, but you're 0-0 starting the week. You're going to go into Calvert next week. We were talking about that on the way up. They lose their first game to Mohawk. What's it going to take this week in practice to continue domination and maybe start it from the first quarter instead of waiting until the third quarter?
I feel like keep doing what we do. We got to just come out strong and not react to the aggression. We got to bring it. So.
All right, Colton, we'll let you go ahead and give your shout-outs before we flop the mic over to Connor.
All right. I got Connor Dickman, Cooper Cleary, Bryce Dunlap, Vinny Schaefer, Hayden Ryan, Isaac Krieger, Alex Schaefer, all my O-line and my backs.
All right, that's MVP number 1 of the evening, the junior quarterback Colton Clark for the Monroeville Eagles. Now we're going to have you flip over. We're going to have you two switch seats. And the senior running back tonight, who also had 175-plus yards and 2 touchdowns. And it's going to be Connor Borez. And I guess my question for you, Connor, is first play of the second half for you guys, you bust off 45 yards. It didn't seem like it really took much for you to find that hole. What's it mean for you as a running back to have the offensive line that you have that just kind of makes it look easy?
I don't really know. It was just, it all happened just like that. We adjusted to the backers coming down. We knew what we had to do. We came out second half and finished our plays.
And I think that's the big thing that we talked about even on the air was the halftime adjustments that you guys made really showed a difference. You were successful running the ball, something you guys couldn't really do in the first half. You had about 100 yards of offense at the end of the first half.
Yes.
I want to say, I don't have the official numbers, but you guys had well over 400 yards in the second half alone. What's it mean and the trust that you guys have in the system that's been put in, and you guys trust the adjustments that your coaches make are going to benefit you and help this team win?
The word of the week was faith this week, so just have faith in everyone on the team. Each person do their own job. Then good plays happen.
And your 2 big touchdown runs were absolutely massive. They really kind of, you have a 45-yarder, and then you break off another one. What's it going to take for you guys to keep this momentum that you just built? I was talking with Colton on the way up. I looked at your guys' schedule. I truly see you guys being 9-0 going into St. Paul. What's it going to take for that to come to fruition and be true?
Just keep pushing ourselves each day, every day. Hard work pays off in the end.
All right, that's MVP number 2, Connor Borez. Go ahead. Camera's looking right at you. Give your shout-outs as well, bud.
I want to shout out all the O-line, the D-line, especially the D-back, the defensive backs, the linebackers for getting the stops on their offensive lines.
That's our MVPs tonight from Monroeville, junior quarterback Colton Clark and senior running back Connor Borez. Congratulations, guys. We'll be back for Calvert next week. So continue to play well, and let's hope you get another win.
See you there.
Josh Banks back here inside the press box at Marsh Stadium, where we just watched the Monroeville Eagles take care of business 46-20, and Caden Schmid joined me tonight. How about a 33-7 second half?
Oh, you asked Colton about the adjustments at the half, and he explained it pretty well of getting out and getting those backers that were coming down, stopping the run game. They do exactly that, and then they break off, what was it, 3 70-plus yard runs in that second half alone. The adjustments were huge from Coach Tyler Nestor, and it was a good McComb team. They came in ranked 7th in the state in Division 7, so this isn't just any old team. And when you're able to run the ball like that at the high school level, you're tough to beat no matter who you're playing.
As you see the unofficial stats, McComb goes for 15 first downs. They go for 300 total yards. They really opened the game up offensively in the second half, throwing the ball. 3 interceptions, only 5 penalties. So both teams play a very clean game, but 0 passing yards for Monroeville. And how about 425 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground?
And just truly impressive. You get all your running backs to eat like that, and then your quarterback rushes for over 200 yards on 17 carries. Borez with 175 on 11 carries. It's so impressive. They both averaged over 10 yards a carry. Does the big play have a lot to do with that? Yes, but that's what it's for. When you're able to go 80 yards down the field if you're Clark, or 70 yards down the field if you're Borez, man, it's tough to beat. And Josh, we were mentioning it during the game. If Monroeville can figure out even 5 pass completions a game, that is a scary team to play, especially off of like a play action or something. Imagine that. My goodness.
You see the upcoming games, those are flipped, folks. Calvert will come to the Marsh to play Monroeville, and McComb on the road will play Toledo Christian. That's next week. We'll be here for Calvert. Somebody will be here as much as we can at the Marsh in Monroeville. But before we sign out, Caden, last words.
I think we're due for a great high school football season.